talking about a game where the money you win is actual money, but it's still a game. And bringing those two worlds together is so soundly and thoroughly, I think, is going to be a massive selling point if we can just sort of communicate that effectively. And again, you know, we're in beta, we need lots of players, but we're not necessarily ready for that big rollout. Tournaments aren't ready or that type of thing. So I just find that if we can push it, I think Stefan would agree. We were down in food court the other day. Probably the most traction we had. Looks like he's definitely joined up. Was with a guy who's already got crypto holdings, who expressed to us that he said, "Oh yeah, I'm into crypto. I've got some stuff. You know, just keep an eye on it. What's this?" And because he's already into crypto, he's seen the early adopter advantage. This is great. This is not against the road. It's not vaguely this is definitely something that's involved with. The others, the more gamer types, we've spent enthusiasm, but not that same question, bombardment of questions. So they're more sort of like, oh, I'll have a look at that. So I think the Pretty Little Angel promo cards that you've got really just they're gorgeous little things, and they've just got a real nice feel to them. Like they just feel like they're collectibles and they're worth something. So yeah, I don't know. Just I feel like we're heading in the right direction.
Yeah, I'm feeling good.
May I think that the gameplay changes have gone really well. I think we keep getting new players even in the downturn. I think the second we start seeing like a really healthy crypto rebound, and maybe that's going to be timed in that January, February timeframe where, you know, like the tournaments have been up, they're working, we know that everything is great, and we're like shoveling money into marketing for this. And my current target's going to be like coin market cap and trying to go get people that already own crypto. I mean, what we need are people that are both into crypto and gamers, and they exist. They're out there. It's probably easier to find them through crypto than through gaming. But yeah, that's our first round of targets. And the fun piece is that the value of this game goes up every single time that a new player comes in. So as new players come in, it like helps solidify the value of the game. And so it makes it easier for more and more people to come in because the cards are showing more and more value as more people enter. And, like a Hearthstone doesn't necessarily do that. It's not like your collection raises in value. This is kind of a unique space where you really can turn, like, we can look at a market cap, and as more people are in here, the whole value of this entire ecosystem keeps going up, which I think will only serve to add more people.
Hey, it looks like the party's already started, but I just want to make an official welcome to everybody to the Steem Monster Show. Chorus Gate is on the road as we speak, so she'll be hopping in any darn minute. But I just want to thank Agrode for coming in today, and if you stick around, maybe we can pick your brain on some things. And Carrie Allen, I just want to do a shout out to her because she always rescues me in my OBS crises, plural, which I don't know what we're going to do about that, but I'm going to give you a booster pack for the day. So make sure I send it to the one that you wanted me to send it to. You may have to give me a reminder of that, but anyways, hello everybody. I see a couple of new faces. Ocelot and Amos811, I think, are both new. So hello guys, thanks for coming to the show. Oslote, I don't know how to pronounce that. But I like to give out booster packs to the noobs. So you guys came in early, so you're gonna get your share. Can you guys still hear me? Because it looks like my voice disconnected. Did I like?
Yeah, it's just echoing a bit. Yeah, like it's like echoing.
A little patchy.
Like it sounds like you're very far away from the mic.
Well, that's probably just a little thing. I probably need to turn off my like Twitch or something, so I'll go check that in a bit. But All right, so I would like to go over several things today, and I'm pretty sure we'll be able to squeeze all of them in. But there are
Maybe
tons. What's that? So there's tons of really exciting and awesome changes that happened this week. And it's so funny because I was telling Coruscate earlier, I was like, or was it you, Seven, where I was like, I'm so excited about the show today. We have so many exciting things to talk about. And then I was like, when do I not say that? Like, I think probably every single week I say that in my Discord. But today is really exciting because obviously, for obvious reasons, season 3 started with some new gameplay that's more human friendly and more bot deterrent, like automated deterrent. And it has some really cool features that are with it. And one of them I really wanted to talk about, well, actually all of them. And then another thing that happened this week was that there's been enough complaints and concerns about how the alpha and beta cards aren't combining, or how people put so much money into the alpha and then they have to start all over with the beta. So what they've done is made it possible so that you can combine those if you'd like to for additional XP. So we're going to talk about that, which is a little bit exciting for me because I kind of wondered if that was going to happen. And but before we go on, I just want to make sure everybody knows that our sponsor this week was Contest Kings. And of course, our Aussie co-host 007, who's the owner of Contest Kings, is going to be giving away 20 paper Steem Monsters cards featuring the Chromatic Dragon. And he will personally mail you one to your home country, meaning like it is a hard copy card, which I kind of think is awesome. So I think the first one is already going to be going to Cool Guy 123 because he was key in helping promote the show today, and as well as Triskel. So I just hope, I hope it's okay, Seven, but I'm just going to designate those two as my own picks. But like there's 18 left to choose from, right? Are we there? Can you hear me? I don't know where Seven went,
Well,
but
that math seems to make sense to me, and I'm here. Hello.
Yay!
Sorry I'm late, you guys. Oh my gosh. It's like an accident on the freeway. I won't bore you with the details. But
no, we do want to hear it.
Yeah.
I told everybody you were on the road, so it's totally fine. We will cut you some slack because you always cut me slack because I'm always like, wow, what did I do? And I actually just had to give a booster pack to Carrie Allen because she was trying to rescue a damsel in her streaming distress as usual. So I don't know.
Oh, we love you, Carrie.
Yes.
For saving our bacon.
She saves my bacon. Seven.
I think I was just talking to myself.
Seven.
So I was sitting there having a conversation with everyone. I'm like, talking about all the updates in the Discord and that, and then I'm like, can anyone actually hear me? And then I realized that my app crashed.
We could hear you. We were just ignoring you. No, we couldn't hear you, but we can hear you now.
It's all good. How are you, Leah? Good?
Oh, yeah, super good. I mean, I'm hanging out with all my favorite monsters, so, I mean, it's a good Wednesday night.
So, Coruscate, I was just telling everybody how super, super excited I am today because we have so many cool things to talk about. And then I was like, wait a minute, I say that every week, like every week, but it's totally genuine. Although this week might be a little more genuine than others, even though I say that every week too.
No, it's so true. Like, I feel like Steem Monsters makes it easy on us to have a show. Like, we don't have to try very hard to come up with content because there's always so many really cool things happening all the time. So it's genuine. It's totally genuine every week.
And like, people are always like, oh, it's such an awesome show. And I'm like, oh yeah, thanks. It's all us. But it's not. I mean, yeah, our excitement's for reals. But like I was saying last week is, Steem Monsters makes it really easy because honestly, we have to pick and choose what we show. So I try to pick the things that are the most popular or the most, I I guess I wouldn't call it most important, but like the most trending that week that we need to know about. But what another thing,
just like the juiciest stuff, right? Like the stuff that everyone wants to know the dirt on. Yeah, for sure.
Yes, exactly. And then the other thing is that we're going to try and do a monster of the week. So if you guys know of anyone who's just kind of kicking butt, not necessarily in the battles, actually. In fact, not really at all in the battles, as much as just how they're being involved with the monster community, what they're doing to contribute to the excitement, enthusiasm, and success of the game, or of the cards, or of the lore, or whatever. And so last week we had Zashan, who was doing stories, and he was doing apps, and he was doing contests, and so he got the monster of the week. And I think that there's plenty of you out there who qualify. I just can't keep track of everyone. So if I don't ever pick you, then either let me know what you're doing, just drop me a message in my DM, drop me a link, hey, this is what I've been up to. Or you can tell me a friend of yours who's just you think is really awesome, or Chorus Gate as well. But I'm the one who manages that, so it's probably better if you send it to me. And that way we can have a little more preparedness when we pick a monster of the week. Otherwise, it's just going to be me snooping around and kind of like hoping I find something cool. So that being said, I'm just going to drop this link really quick, and it is apparently official lore. It's like a sneak peek into the Burning Lands, and it looks like it's kind of fun. It's called Misha and Neg. Did I say that right, Agrod? Misha?
You'll have to ask Carrie. She knows the pronunciations better than I do.
Carrie, are you here, Carrie? I see you, but sometimes you're a little busy. But do you want to tell us a little bit about this? Because it's really kind of funny. It totally has Chris Roberts written all over it. Is this what he wrote? Okay, so Carrie's not on mic right now, but we'll give her a minute and we'll bug her as we go. But yeah, I'm gonna drop the link. Let me go grab it.
So how's Russell been? Has been behaving himself, Coruscant?
Oh, never. Gosh, he's so much trouble. He basically just like sits around and like barks at me. No, but like it's basically tells me to go get him more wine. He's just, I don't know. I did tell him though, as the executive producer of the Steem Sister Show, he's gonna have to start pulling his weight a little bit more, not just drinking all of my wine.
Oh, that's great. That's great.
Okay, so I am writing to Carrie right now to tell her to come tell us about the little story. So what's it called?
Which I have to say, like, we have such a fun group in here right now. Like, oh my gosh, Agrod, Carrie, Sea Love, Pensive, you're here. That's exciting. I mean, 07, we knew you'd be here, but like, there's just so many fun people. I'm really excited to hang out with you guys all today. So.
Yeah, this still looks like a great group. I mean, it's great no matter what, but it's always the more the merrier, right? And we do have some awesome little peeps in here from the Steem Monsters team proper. Agrod included. I think he's on the team. Are you on the team, or do you just like, order everybody around?
I'm on the team. I'm definitely here doing the.
Okay, so I just saw Dark Flow hop on, and the only reason I think I know who you are is because I saw that icon earlier. Is that you, Rondon? Are you trying to go incognito? Are you sneaking in my show, being incog? I think he is. Unless somebody else liked that picture. But welcome aboard. We're super excited to have you today. And so, okay, you guys, without further ado, I really want to jump into it. And then later, if I can get Isaria's Shin Lo song to work, because it was not loading earlier. I don't know if it was me or just the Cosmos, but apparently Pachichamina, or Pechi, we'll just call him Pechi, he wrote some guitar background to it, and I just am like dying to hear. Has anybody heard that yet? Have you guys been able to load it? Anyone? Okay, well, I'm gonna
radio silence.
I'm gonna actually drop the link, and then somebody try and go listen and tell me if you have any success. Please hold.
The song was awesome.
Oh, you heard it? I'm so jealous. Okay, so
We
that's
had
it.
Hang on, last week. Oh, are you talking about like it got redone?
Well, yeah, like so last week was great, but then whenever Azaria writes a song, she usually does kind of just the basics of it, even if it stands on its own. But usually Harrison Mir or I guess now Pecci is coming in and they'll put the mix together or they'll put some other instrumentals into it, and so it kind of makes it more of a like a bona fide, I don't know, feature song. So I'm thinking that that's what happens with it. That's what happened with this one as well. But I haven't heard it. So if somebody wants to go check that out and tell me if it's working for them, that would be fab. And then I'll try and go check it. And it's Mishna and Neg. I think I said Misha, but it's Mishna. Isn't that kind of cute? I love it. It's so awesome.
It's super cute. And Carrie's here now. So if we're ready, she could jump on and talk about it a little bit.
Are you here, Carrie?
Hey guys.
Hey,
Hey.
Carrie.
Hey ladies and everyone else that's here.
It is so good to hear your
Not wearing a
voice.
dress.
Come on, Seven.
Come on. At least a tutu. All right. Oh, yes. We started doing these little release stories partly because Chris and I he like literally just got home from work a little bit early, so that's why I was like outside running around but half listening. And so I could hear you and I was like, they're talking to me. Oh my God. And so I'm back. Husband's home too, but he's all getting settled and he'll probably pop in. But we've been working on this lore stuff and it's getting super close. There's still, it feels like a lot, but there's not really a huge amount. It's just really getting it all together. But we have a lot of pictures coming in, like images, new things that is going to be published in the actual campaign book, or campaign guidebook, not campaigns. Just kind of like back lore story. I don't know what we're going to call it yet.
So it'll be like an anthology sort of.
Yeah, because you wrote one of them, so you understand it's kind of like it explains all the backstory so that then we'll be able to use that to make the campaigns later so that everybody could like that and be able to read it and be like, okay, so now I need to have something fun happen in the White Splinter or the Life Splinter, which is Chimeria, and then you get to read a little bit and you can be like, ooh, what do I need to know about it? And then you get to like pull all of the little elements that we kind of gave to you, and they were from all the winning stories. So we know that people are itching for some lore, and we were kind of itching to get it out, so we asked if we could start doing some little sneak peeks. The first one that we started with, I honestly chose this one because I like these pictures a lot. I think one of my favorite images is Mishna and when I saw it come through, I was like, oh my God, I love it so much.
I know. I love it. I absolutely love it. It's so comical. She's got like this little bit of sex appeal, and then he's just this ogreish thing, and he's kind of looks friendly, but just already I like want to know everything about it. So is this a Chris Roberts special, or are you just kind of helping each other?
No, actually, so I'm going to pause for a second because Chris just came in, so I need to add a headset to us so that we can both hear what everyone's saying. So talk amongst yourselves for a brief moment.
Okay, actually, this is a great opportunity for me to just put in a little plug. If you guys were looking at the promo post that we do every week, if you were looking at the one we did this week or earlier in the week, actually, you may have noticed something special that we added to our repertoire. Does anybody want to make any guesses? I know that Sparksy knows what it is. Anyone want to take a guess?
Is it Russell taking my spot on the show?
Oh, never.
We should make some merch for Russell. In fact, we should make some Russell merch. Like take some pics of him and stuff. That was a hint, guys.
Yeah, come on. Someone figure it out. Yes, it is stuff.
What'd you say, Triskel?
It's the new shop.
Yay! Triskel wins. Yeah, so we have a monster shop. It's not officially launched. It's more like the sneak peek. And the only reason I say that is because we still want to add some to our inventory, and also we haven't figured out the pay program. Like, we're kind of like, there's a couple of different things we're trying to do on that. So, but we want to thank Agro for letting us use the graphics thus far, and he just thinks it's great that everybody gets access to some fun merch. So there's, I mean, like, you guys, we kind of went crazy. Like, we have hats, mugs, t-shirts, I just made a swimsuit today with the Frost Giant. I think it's kind of cute. Let me go grab it. Hang on.
Okay, so my favorite is definitely the sexy Rexy bikini.
Oh, I know. Let me go grab that.
Oh my gosh. Because of the like placement of Rexy everywhere, I'm like, oh my gosh, this is hilarious. I legit might need to get one.
It's just kind of a little bit of a teasy bikini. Okay, let me see if I can pull up a couple other. Oh, ooh, you guys will like this one. Hang on.
Aggro. What's Rexy biting?
Oh my gosh.
Okay, Matt's here. Matt will like this.
Okay, guys, we're all set up whenever you're ready. Whatever you're doing.
Okay, give me 1 second. So, you guys, if you, we should do like a contest where someone can win this one for free, just because we love Matt, and this is in honor of his 20% corner on the flesh golem market. Is it 20%? So if you have any funny ideas, oh, and by the way, we'll make a custom stuff for you. So like if you want it to say something or have a certain picture on the front or that, like just give us like basic instructions and we'll try and mock it up for you. And then, you know, we'll let you know when it's ready. I won't charge extra right now. If it starts getting out of hand, I might have to, but anyway, yeah, so that's some ideas. Let me pull up the sexy Rexy suit while Carrie talks, okay?
Hi, I'm talking now.
Hello.
Okay.
Welcome.
I was like, oh, and now I'm talking. All right, so yes, Mishna and Neg. So these creations were not created by us. In fact, I should probably go tell you who were the possible writers of this thing. Yeah. I don't know who they were. I don't remember any of the people.
Block Curator was one that did.
Block Curator was on red?
Yeah.
Okay, so Block Curator was one of the ones in red. I'm going to try to open up their original document that has that in there so I can see. So this was one of the stories that I really, really liked too, the creation of Mishna, and I liked her at first. And so she's a half ruler. Yeah, she's the secret ruler. No one actually gets to have any kind of conference with her or see her or anything like that, except for Neg, her big Cyclops buddy, who's just like, they've been together forever. He's like the quintessential kind of like protector, kind of confidant, kind of throws things back. But when it comes down to it, you know, she could destroy him if she wanted to, but she wouldn't do that because it's her only buddy. So she's like this high priest, half Ifrit, and in the Burning Lands, which is the Fire Splinter, the Ifrit people are basically human. It's like what the humans look like. So she's half high priestess, and she's been kind of like ruling forever to the torch. And awesome. I don't know, she's real sassy around a lot. Like there's a lot of stuff that can be written, and that's the given information, and there's a little bit of other stuff that's given too, but
that's secret.
I don't want to. No, it's not even necessarily secret, but it's like kind of secret. It's like secret to the people of the Burning Lands. So they're called Phyrexia, and when it comes there, they think that Mishna has congress with their main goddess. What's her name? Oh my god, Maitreya. So yeah.
You don't need to get into all the specifics.
Yeah, so I won't go any more crazy, but just know that the lore, it's like inside of my brain all the way.
Yeah, the point is we're taking these pictures one by one to give you a sneak peek at the pictures and doing little vignettes and stories surrounding them. So like we're going to do lots of different styles and lots of different types of literature. Yeah, we're just kind of writing some fun little things to give you a taste of what these pictures are about and bring you into the world,
That's
because
awesome.
you haven't really been to it yet.
Yep, and so we'll probably do them a couple of times a week as we're releasing it. So and the stuff that's
We're
getting
gonna crank
released,
these things out.
yeah, they're separate kind of little stories. Like I go, Chris, I want to use these pictures. He's like, tell me about Mishna, and I kind of told him, and then he wrote the story, the like little vignette. It's like we're peeking into their life. So it's nothing. These things that we're releasing out aren't going to be actually found in the campaign book.
But y'all have to understand, like, we've been so absorbed into this for months now that it's so easy for us to just like poop out a story. Like we can, that's the idea. And it's so exciting because I know that there's way more clever people than me out there, and there's better writers, and there's people who are way more into gaming and fantasy. And as soon as we get this campaign document out, everybody is going to be able to just crank out stories, and we're going to have volumes and volumes of Steem Monsters lore. It's going to be too much to print.
It'll be amazing and wonderful.
I don't know, Chris. You're the man. You're hard to beat, but I do agree there is a lot of excellent talent out there. And my favorite thing about this whole thing is that almost, I'd say like 99% of the work is hired or rewarded or generated either on the Steem blockchain, like I like to call it local, you know what I mean? Or it's just people that kind of come in and then they join later. But it just kind of keeps it central to those who are super, super loyal to the Steem blockchain. And I'm not saying it's bad to hire out, but I just think it's awesome that you guys kind of try to keep it in-house. It's just kind of a testament to the support.
It's
plenty of writers.
Yeah, there's a lot of, and like even
Lots
the
of
artists
voices.
and things like that. Like there's just a huge community here, and
We have experts of everything that we need.
I know.
that's what I
This
really
is
like about.
the perfect thing for this. It's like this is just so wonderfully perfect all together. And like we can get the best people doing the things that they're the best at. And like I would love it if I could just be writing and quit my stupid day job and just write Steem Monsters lore. But there's going to be a flood of lore. There's going to be so much lore, you guys. This is just the beginning.
Yes, it's coming now. And I would also like to do a shout out to Matt Clark. Thank you. I also enjoy doing the dress ups. I bought a couple other things, and current market prices of stuff, then I haven't bought any new wigs and stuff, but I have them all like ready to go, and I'm thinking about getting stuff because I can basically create most characters, and I think that's fun. But I did start a Monster Spirit account so that I could cosplay, so to speak, the spirit of the forest, because I am her. She is me, and I'm still trying to figure out what her voice is, but it just might be my voice.
Plus,
She's old.
You need to hunt down that picture and drop it, because you were Spirit of the Forest for Halloween and we loved it. If you can hunt that down and drop that, because we loved it. We need to see that again.
Yeah, we can always see that again.
Did you notice? Did you notice my sexy Rexy pants in honor of you, Carrie?
Yes, I did.
And if you go on the description, we actually tribute it to you. So there. These ones aren't as cute because like the program only lets you put in a few, but they're kind of in honor. So yeah.
Yeah, that's good. One day they will be amazing and wonderful. I just made that in my own thing, not making them on any clothes. They looked cool because I spent a wasted amount of time playing inside of a Photoshop thing. But yeah, so thank you, Crystal. I like my voice too. I'm just having issues on if it sounds like the spirit of the forest, but it kind of does, I guess, because I am her and she is me and we are one.
And we be we.
Like that. All right, so you guys, I don't know. We have another sneak peek that will be coming soon. What did you write about?
Oh yeah, the goblins. This is
that
this
was
is a
fun.
goblin. Yeah, goblins they're humorous people for sure.
Yeah, the goblins will be good, fun. So be on the lookout for that one. The pictures are great.
So there's a family Gobson. The big goblin city in Anamoon is called Gobson, and it was named because the founders of it were the Gobson family. And so like through the generations, it's been the Gobsons that are they're not necessarily controlling the city, but they're like celebrities, almost like a reality TV show. And
I love it
everybody's
already.
always watching, getting into trouble and blowing things up and all sorts of crap. So yeah, we're going to have a little newspaper article, describing some of the antics of the family Gobson one evening on the streets of Gobson.
Yeah,
you guys are so clever. Cute. I love it. I love it. I love it.
And so that's the other thing. They'll all come out in like slightly different ways. Like this first one was like a little peek into like watching. So like we're able to like hover above and watch what's happening with Misha and Nig. And then the next one's from the perspective of it's written as a newspaper article. And that's it.
So cool.
Like you're getting a newspaper. So then they're all going to be kind of different. They might be, I don't know.
They're going to be as different as I could possibly make them, because the idea is I want everybody to I just want to get the ball rolling. Like I want, once we release the campaign setting guide, everybody's just going to go crazy and write things. And I just want them to know that they can write any kind of thing.
Well, thanks you guys for popping on. Like last week it was super fun because we had Matt and Azaria just sort of pop in, and it was so funny, Chris, how you said you just like poop out a story because you've been enmeshed in it so much. And somebody made a joke about how Azaria, you just like push a button and she cranks out a song. So yeah, but we know that a lot of work goes into it, and yes, maybe you can crank them out, but we know that you put work into it, and that there's a lot of practice and a lot of time and just kind of the nitty gritty that we do take for granted. So thanks you guys for making it so fun and humorous too. Like it's just kind of a different take on things, because sometimes it can be too serious, and we need to just have a little fun.
Indubitably.
Oh, and speaking of fun, we'll probably do a new episode of the Steam Monsters Tavern on the Playhouse on Friday night.
That's right, friends. Ooh. That's right. Monsters Tavern.
There's one thing that I've been wanting to address, and that is what happens. So there's a lot of legendary cards and some like epic cards that there's only one of. Like they represent a character of which there is only one in all the Splinterlands. And so I want to address like what it will be like for the Lord of Darkness when he gets summoned to battle against himself.
like split personality.
So address that in the Steam Monsters Tavern.
Yeah, the Steam Monsters Tavern is the place for that.
Yeah, that's where you address those things. Clearly.
Exactly.
So yeah, you guys feel free to pop in there on Friday, and thank you for letting us be here.
You are so welcome.
Thanks for coming.
Anytime.
Hey guys.
Yeah. Who's that?
Who was that?
Me.
Oh, hey, Buffy. Who are you? Are you new?
Yeah, I am new. I'm from Rome. It's 2 a.m. here. But
Oh.
I didn't want to miss the show, so...
Buffy gets a booster pack, guys.
Yeah, he's one of the new whitelist authors.
Oh, he's a whitelister, eh?
Yeah, I think that I know most of the member here, like Koruskate for sure, and 007 that introduced me to this group. So I wanted to drop in and say hello to.
Thanks for coming past, man.
Yeah, thanks for coming by.
You guys, I love how Buffy says your name. Can you say what Koruskate's name again? How did you say that?
Koruskate?
It was.
Oh, that's pretty good. That's pretty close.
I thought he said like Koruskate or something. I was like, oh my gosh, give me some pasta with that. That was awesome.
Yeah, I think that like I would love to improve my English accent a lot, but it's really I think that it really shows my Italian origin. So
yeah, don't change it. We love it, Buffy, and you're all the way over from Rome. It's so awesome to have you, and thanks for coming today. And Seven, thanks for routing in here so he knew where to go. So
I'm always out on the recruiting drive.
Oh, awesome. Well, and so Seven, you said you had some Chromatic Dragon paper, like hard copy cards that you'd like to give away today. Should we throw out a few?
They're physical cards. They're not floppy like paper though. They're like I guess they're like I don't know, I guess whatever trading cards are made out of, I guess.
Okay. And so these aren't playable at this point anyway, but they're collector's items, and maybe they'll be worth something someday, but I personally would want to keep it and like hang it on my wall. So did you want to pick out a few people while we have a second?
Well, I think the easiest way, I mean, I didn't really want to do a post. I'd rather just do it like with people that came to the show. So, did you like maybe just drop the photo for people who didn't see it and they can decide if they want one or not?
Oh, okay, yeah. I'll go grab it.
Yeah, so
Sorry.
Reseller and Matt and Agro just sent me a heap of promotional cards in the mail so we can help promote the game. So we have a lot of extra ones. They don't have a code on it. It's just a chromatic dragon card, and it's got a kangaroo logo on the back of it. So they only made 400 of the chromatic dragon one. So if anyone wants one, I can post you one out in the mail. Obviously, I'll cover the charge for the mail. I can ship you one if you want to keep it as a keepsake.
Are those physical cards?
Yeah, just a promotional card that you can't use. It can't be used for anything, so you can't use it to play or anything. It's just got a promotional card on the front and the back. So, Little Scrub will drop a picture of it in the chat.
Oh, cool.
I love how. I think it's funny that you're like, I don't know, let's do a picture to see if people want it. And everyone's like,
I know.
yes, we want it.
He's so modest.
How many people are in the chat?
I mean, as many of you guys probably know, I'm really into Magic the Gathering, the long living
cool.
card game. Yeah, I've been playing it for I think 10 to 14 years. Like I'm in European scene. I'm kind of I'm kind of a pro of that game. So
Oh wow.
there is a lot of added value to real cardboard items. So yeah, I think that those could be nice to collect.
That's really cool that you're sort of a veteran Magic player, and I don't know how long you've been playing the battles on Steem Monsters, but that is actually a really great segue because I wanted to talk about what Matt did, not Matt Clark, but Yabba Matt, what he's done for the gameplay, and we all knew it was coming, but it was kind of a mystery how it was going to work out and what it was going to look like. And for me, one of my favorite features is actually kind of lame. Like, it's not what you would expect. But remember how last week we were talking, and Skate, you interviewed Matt, and one of the things that we were talking about, or that they were talking about, was that there was going to be like a 4-minute wait between each setup so that when you get your battle orders, you have time to make a good team, depending on the criteria of the battle and who you're going up against and what maybe you're trying to do a daily quest as well. And so that you got 4 minutes. And I was kind of like, what are we going to do if like you're kind of bored and waiting around and it just sort of gets to be a drag? So I don't know if you guys noticed, but on the battles, what they did is that when you finish putting your team together, then you can go ahead and click on the battle button. And if your opponent has finished their team as well, and they click the battle button, and then it just jumps right into the game. I mean, there's a little bit of a delay because they have to gather the data. But once you push that button, it's ready to go. And so that kind of handles that issue right there. Did you guys all have any comments on that?
I think it was the update was good. I mean, I don't think it's too delayed. Just before we lead into another segment, I was just going to say, just to recap what we were just talking about before, just so I can shut the door on that, we can move on. So I'll give away like 20 of the promotional cards and I'll send them out in the mail. So if you want one, what I'll do is the first 20 people that DM me with obviously their mailing address and also their name so I can address it to them and send it to them, their full international mailing address, the first 20 people, I'll send them out a card. And this ends on the stream. So there's no more after that.
So if you guys want a Chromatic Dragon actual card, send your name and your complete full international address to 07 directly in his DM. Is that right? What you just said?
Yeah, and Dan, that's right. They're coming through now. I can see them.
Okay,
beautiful. I'm going to go silent now and let you proceed. Thank you.
So the first 20 people with your address, and frankly, if your address is really long, just like put your name and like jumble something, and then you can go back and edit it. That's what I would do. Put your name in and like a country, and that counts, I feel, because some people have longer addresses than others. So that was one of my favorite features, is when you line up your team, you're ready to go, you can just click the battle button, and then you won't have to wait for the full 4 minutes. But sometimes though, like I've gotten distracted and forgotten to go line up my team, and then I forfeit. Has anybody ever done that? It's totally happened to me once or twice at least.
Oh, that's totally happened to me. And I'm like, oh yeah, 3 hours ago I clicked that.
I think
it happened to me this morning.
I think that's totally fine.
Choice words came out of my mouth.
So Crystal says, I miss the old gameplay because I could win my dailies at least. You know what? It has been harder to win the dailies, hasn't it? But you know why I think that is because they started everybody back at 0. And so you're going to be going up against, even though their card levels are lower, because you have a max card XP that you can play at with each league.
Yeah, that's...
But even though they're lower, you still are going to be probably going up against really highly strategic players for the first little bit. I think that'll even out though.
Yeah, to comment on that, I want to say that I had a great talk with Cloves yesterday or the day before. I think that having the battlefield equalized at first, I don't have all the cards, all maxed out cards, but I'm I think 1750. I was 4th on the leaderboard because I really do care about strategic gameplay and all that stuff. So I think it's this. I really love these changes, obviously, and I think that this one is the way to really improve skill over. Do you know the games that make the most of the money are the ones that are pay to win? Like if you consider any card game, I don't know. Clash Warrior, any stupid game that there is on iPhone, is basically pay to win because there are so many disadvantages if you don't pay premium features. And what happened here instead is that having each of us fighting with level 1 cards, makes the game really interesting to me.
I'm just amazed that you're already at 1700 and you're so new to this game. So I think that just goes to, that speaks volumes, not just of Boffy, of course, but I think it speaks volumes to the skill that went into developing the strategy of the game. Because I'm at like a course gate, we're at like 250 right now. with the new season. Of course, I haven't played it very many. I'm usually the one that plays our team, but we both do. And I don't really have the best strategy. I wouldn't say it's the worst, but it is so crazy that you're already at 1700. Are you crazy? That is awesome. And you don't even have high cards. That's
guys, if I can do a little boasting, aka shout out, if there is a team that is looking for a strategical player and is renting high elo cards, I'm really looking to fight for the.
I can look after you. I can look after you, mate. Don't worry.
Seven, you don't.
Really to fight for the top spot on the leaderboard, so I'm just looking for the right cards to do it.
Buffy, I think that's great, and actually, I hope 7 has helped you out there, but you know what? That is a really great offer. So for those of you who might have a few cards and you'd like a little help, you'll be helping each other because you're gonna, maybe you could lend some cards to him, and at the same time maybe he'll lend you his strategy advice. See, isn't this great? You don't have to be rich to win. You don't have to, or if you are rich, you don't have to buy all the cards to win, or or you don't have to like dump all your savings. Like you can just come in and work your way up like Bafi did, and maybe he can invest more later. I don't know, but like for me,
Yeah. So
it's great because I don't have to.
sorry for that.
Oh, go ahead.
So to give a little like sneak peek, I obviously I bought a lot of cards on Steam Monster, and I'm glad that there is Agred listening to this. So I missed the Kickstarter and Foundation, and one thing that I think is kind of messed up is the fact that if you are a newcomer or a latecomer to the game, you are really penalized by the fact that obviously if you crowdfunded the game, you have to get some perks or some like promotional cards and all that stuff. But at the same time, for a card game to be welcoming, you don't have to be at a disadvantage place like what we saw with Alpha and Beta Edition to combine and level up, or Nebsay and all the promo cards that you have to buy for a lot of money to be competitive at the top spot. And that is something that to me has to be like addressed. At the same time, I have to really express gratitude towards both Matt and Agred, because each time that I pointed out something to them, they really got back to me, listening to my ideas, to my experience from past games. So that's really something that you can't really find often.
Yeah, I would totally agree with that. I feel like that's been a really consistent theme with Steam Monsters, is so many people in the monster world say, hey, I sent Agred or I sent Matt some suggestions, and they not only acknowledged me, but they actually took it into account. It's cool to hear that from an outside, like, or someone that's new coming in that has a lot of experience in this world, to say, hey, this is actually really unique and really cool.
Yeah, that is actually really awesome, because I know Yaba and Agred are constantly taking input from monster fans, but for them to listen to someone brand new is just awesome. I mean, obviously, I think there's a reason. Like, you're not just gonna have some random guy be like, you should do this, you know, but obviously you're gonna have a reason to listen to certain people. But also, I think that they're probably getting so many messages a day that they do start to see a pattern. And one of those patterns was the complaint about the alpha cards versus the beta cards. And so I mean, I kind of had a little bit of an issue with it as well. I'll be honest. Like, I kind of felt like, beta's cool, but like, I kind of feel like I have to start all over because they don't credit to my alpha cards, and I spent a lot of either money or time cultivating that pack, and it did feel a little bit like, I don't know, it kind of rubbed me a little wrong. And I guess they took a hint from the masses, and they went ahead and they developed a system where, and I'm just going to read it here. It says alpha to beta. Says, since the beginning of the beta release, it's been our plan to allow players to combine alpha and beta. We went through a number of potential solutions, but couldn't find one that made sense and wasn't overly complicated. As a result, we currently have players that are feeling some frustration about having partially leveled up alpha edition cards and then having to start over with leveling up their betas, which is kind of where I was at. So they kind of let it percolate for a while, and they got lots of great feedback from the community. And they've come up, and by feedback, they don't just mean complaints, but there are actual problem solvers in this community. I know Seven is one of them. I know Matt Clark's another one, and I know Bafi now is one, and Jarvy's another huge. I mean, probably all of you guys here in the audience today are huge problem solvers. And when you make a complaint to Agred or Matt, it's not like you're just whining. It's like, you know, I have a possible solution here, and let's check it out. And I have an echo, so hang on a sec. Let's see.
Like I'm a medicine student, if that can help. If you need a doctor.
Doctor in the house.
Can everyone make sure? They put in their country as well into the message? Because if you just give me the place, I have no idea where it is still.
Oh, that's such a good point. Oh no.
Are you referring to me?
Right. No, I'm just referring to everyone in general because I'm getting a lot.
Okay,
back
okay.
to now. Thank you.
So,
make Seven's life easy, please.
Okay, so then, so they let it sit a while, and then here's where it gets good. It says, in the near future, we plan to allow players to convert their alpha to beta. And so we hope this will solve 3 problems. Number 1, new cards that you receive from packs cannot be used to level up your existing cards. That's a problem. Problem 2, many times, this has totally happened to me, where people accidentally purchase either alpha or beta instead of the one that they wanted to buy. And then they're unable to combine it with the existing cards. And so that's frustrating. And then the third problem is that it's cool that we're down to 40% of the alpha cards left uncombined. And the scarcity is leading to a higher market value, which we do like. But it leads to challenges leveling the cards up completely. So if there's none left to level up, then you're stuck at level 4 or level 5, even though you would have purchased more. So they're going to resolve it. And so players experiencing the first 2 issues, which are that they bought the wrong ones or they just are frustrated, then the alpha edition cards should be worth at least 25 to 33% more than their beta counterpart, because everyone I think knows, but if you don't, the alpha cards are actually more XP powerful. So that was just kind of the thing. And additionally, the other part is, and I won't like totally get into this, but just for those of you who are wondering, the cards that are converted, that will reduce the total pool of alpha edition cards that exist. So it does increase the rarity and the collector's value of the cards as well. So that does play into the market, which I think is important, because it could have just been that they converted them into a beta, but then they have to burn that alpha. And that needs to translate to the market value, because they owe it to their investors to have transparency and liquidity where it needs to be. But the conversion mechanics are interesting because, and I'm sorry if I'm talking too fast, I just know we don't have a ton of time. I just want to get through it. But so let's say that your alpha edition card is worth 20 and the beta edition common card is worth 15, well, which they are. So what they'll do is, if you combine your cards and then you actually have excess left over of the alpha, the way I understand it, and I'm not sure, Agrod, if you're listening right now, but the way I understand it is, if you if you convert your alpha into a beta and level up that beta, then you still didn't use all of the XP that was on the alpha card, you'll still be left with an alpha card with whatever was left over of the XP. Does anybody want to correct me on that or verify that that was accurate?
Like, so I don't think that the system is exactly like that. What I understood by reading the article of Matt is that if you have beta cards with a certain percentage of alpha cards, those can be used in alpha only tournaments. Like he said, around 50% of the, let's just say a flash golem made from 50% alpha cards, it can be used in a alpha only tournament. So but there is a big issue. I mean, what did you say? I completely agree.
Well, so my question was, firstly, I don't think it can be undone. So if you convert it to a beta, it cannot be undone, because then you're going to throw off the market shares of the alphas. And number two...
No, it can be undone. It can be. It's a 1 point conversion from what I expected.
Really?
There's no way. We're not going to allow people to go from alpha to beta and then back to alpha. It's got to be a one-way conversion.
Okay, so you got it. So Agrod, my question was, and I know you guys tried to spell this out, but like how I understood it was that if a person converts their alpha to a beta and then they're left over with a little bit of leftover XP on the alpha, then that alpha card will still be in existence with whatever amount of XP was on it that didn't get used. Is that right?
I'm not, I don't know exactly how Matt programmed it. So I'm in a little bit of the dark here too.
Okay,
I think the main principles to look for are we want to make sure that if people have like little stragglers of alphas, that they have a way to actually make them cards that have a utility. Every time that they do this, we will actually shrink the alpha supply, so that's pretty awesome. It's a minor inconvenience to the overall beta supply, but generally speaking, it should be pretty minor at this point because it's already at 40% of the original cards that's how much we're down to. So there were 300,000 packs, that's 1.5 million cards. We're down to 600,000 of them left. So we've shrank 60% of the supply away already. So with anything that we think is going to happen through this, like we're not really expecting like, major 400 unit cards to switch over or something. We're expecting people and families that have like 10 or 15 of one type of card to go switch them over from alpha to beta because they just can't like collect enough to make it worth their while, or they've lost really the utility of the card, which stops being fun.
Which for me, that's what I see myself doing, is just going, okay, I have a bunch of beta spiders and I want to complete that XP. But then I do wonder, because this whole time I've been like, alphas are cool, alphas are awesome, alphas are going to be great in a way that no other card can be, not just because that they have a higher exponential value, but because there's something about the alpha that makes them a little more rare and special and collectible. And that's the part of me that doesn't want to convert them. What would you say to those blokes?
Sorry. It's all voluntary, keep the cards that you think you want. And I especially if we do this, it should actually push alpha prices up even further because the supply will diminish even further. So
that works for me.
It's possible.
I mean, I have to ask you a couple of points that I pointed out to Matt already, which I think there are a couple issues with this system that may have been a little I don't know. Those are a little confusing at first. So let's say that we have two beta cards, okay, same level. One is made mainly with alpha cards converted, so can be used in tournament, and one is not. How the market reacts to that?
It shouldn't react much at all unless in tournaments, Matt's going to keep track of what percent was actually alpha. So it's possible that, I think a card would have to be like a minimum, like bare minimum of 20%, but it's probably closer to 50% before we consider it an alpha card for a tournament. So if you have like, you have to get up to 500 cards, 450 of them were betas, and only 50 of them were alphas. Like it really won't make any difference. If on the other hand, it's kind of 50-50 or more, at that point, we might actually allow it to still be called an alpha. And at that point, it might be allowed in some alpha only tournaments. But I don't know. I don't think that'll be the main decider here in terms of value.
Like maybe explain myself wrongly. If we consider the example that you gave, let's say that obviously the card that is made with 250 alpha cards is worth more at its score than the one made with.
I'm not sure that it would be worth more. I mean, its utility is the exact same. So maybe there's some collector's value. Maybe there's a little bit of value that you can eke out because you can put it into an alpha only tournament. But I don't think that there's not enough alphas left, really. Like we're down to a pretty small amount. I don't think that that's going to be a major driving force.
And Clay just pointed out that it's not official, but it could be what they decide to do. And I think that could be a really cool idea, because as a investor or as a player, you're going to have to hedge your bets. Maybe keep some alphas and keep some to convert your better teams. And that way you kind of have a little bit of both. There's a way to have best of both worlds. You can't necessarily have all of both unless you started early and you keep going that strong. But here's my feeling about it is, I feel like this is one of those things where, or rather, this is one of those products that I actually really trust the judgment of the owners. Matt is always taking input, whether it's directly or filtered through Aggroed. And these guys are, and I'm not really talking to Boffy because Boffy, you know this too, but just everybody. And I think we can all agree that these guys are really trying to make it as many people happy as possible without compromising the integrity of the game and the market. And oh, sorry. And then we're just as a reminder, we are in beta, and that's what this is about, is finding out the things that are not really working great or that need to be streamlined or ironed out or sort of reconfigured. So I'm just like, for me, I'm just blown away at your guys' receptivity, because you could have just been like, well, screw you, this is how we're doing it, take it or leave it. But that doesn't make a really strong user base. And I think you know that.
We identified our stakeholders pretty early in all of this. So we know we have players, we have investors, we have card flippers. We got sort of the founders and the dev team. Like there's different distinct groups of people that are here. We have folks like Jarvie that are building sister websites to this too, and we have that in multiple languages. So there's always moving pieces. This is in many ways an impossible job because every single action that we take will positively impact some players and often negatively impact others. So we're constantly in a battle to make sure that we are primarily trying to keep track of the investment that players have put in. You guys have staked value here, and we want to do everything we can to protect that. At the same time, we want to make sure that new players are coming in, because how many people we have in this ecosystem is basically how much value this whole thing is worth. So the more people that we can bring in, it not only helps Steem Monsters, it helps Steam, it will lift the prices for everybody. And so we think we are stewards of all of that. And so we try to balance these things to the best of our ability. This has been something we wanted to do from the beginning. We couldn't think of a clean way to do it. And with this post, we were basically giving notice so that if there were especially, if there's a handful of complaints, we're going to live with it. But if there's some real pushback, especially from the Mavs, then we're going to go reassess. But right now, with maybe one exception, maybe two exceptions, it looks like this thing has been really well received. So my guess is that we're going forward with this, and we think it will increase the value of the alpha cards. We think it's going to increase the utility for the players that are holding on to mid-level cards that can't then use them the way that they want, and they're kind of getting level capped in play already. So we think that it's going to be a big utility to the players that are holding them, and there's just not enough of them to make a dent in beta prices. So we don't think that it's going to have a negative impact to the price. So we mostly see only upside here. Maybe there's some downside, but for the most part, Matt and I don't think that this is going to negatively impact folks. And for that, we think that this is a good change that adds utility, that doesn't hurt people, and will actually increase the value of the alphas. So, early investors should be happy.
It's good. I look as an early investor myself. I mean, I look at, I'm just going to use, Crystal, I'll use you as an example, right? Just as an example in this situation where you've got, an alpha deck because you came in early and you've got your deck to say level 5 or level 6 or something like that, and then you're sort of stuck and you're sitting going, well, I want to level up my water deck that I've got that I've been working on, but I can't right now go and buy the rest of those cards that I need to get them up to the level 10 or whatever it may be. So providing another outlet for that is essentially also protecting the initial investor that came in at their appropriate level as well. So it wasn't just about the guys at the top or women at the top. It wasn't about the people at the bottom. It was everyone in between, the middle, everyone. So it's definitely a balancing act. But I think that at the end of the day, if you divided all the pirate captains that were in alpha and divided it by, the amount it takes to max out a level 10, there'd only be there's only a handful, right? So there was never we're always going to be in this scenario.
Well, and
I just think we have to look at it and say that aggro may have come up with a way to utilize there's cards that are no longer going to be level 5 or level 6. They can then go and combine them, and it's going to be better moving forward, so people don't get stuck with a half a deck that they can't use.
And I kind of like how you did it. Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Aggro.
We just don't want to force people to have to pay $1,000 to go max their deck.
Absolutely, and there's no reason they should have to in this scenario.
I think that for a card game, this is to play at like for the top 10 spot. It's already extremely expensive because you need variety, and not only variety but also leveled cards.
Yeah, you need variety and you need leveled cards. Although you could just. Now you need variety. Whereas before, you could just get up to the top with one team. Now you gotta maybe have a couple.
Let me say this: before, this wasn't even a game.
And
I mean, with the changes, this is really a game of interaction. And the word game, it means that two people have to interact to play it. Yeah. So I guess at first they had to try a system which runs smoothly, but of course this is way better.
So I want to underscore what Seven said. Sorry, my voice a little bit out, but I really want to underscore this thing about if you can actually accomplish making some of the Mavs happy as well as some of the noobs, not all, but the majority. Or not just noobs, but, lower level players where some of us aren't even on the leaderboard. If I'm happy and Matt Clark is happy and C-Love is happy, that's kind of an astounding happy medium. And it's not even a medium. It's kind of, I wouldn't call it a miracle, but it's genius. And the other thing I wanted to say is, there's going to be people who complain, like, Crypt Keeper, who is one of the Mavs. He's an incredible player and he has a great stock of cards and he's always been really loyal to the game and will be forever. Has a legitimate complaint of his own, which is that he sort of set forward his own plan on how he was going to collect his cards and play his cards. And so for him, it kind of rubbed him wrong. And he just said, it sounds like he came out a little strong. He was like, I'm just saying it's very dangerous bowing down to the least knowledgeable people here and having do-overs like this. Eventually, you're going to have a revolutionary game design turn into chutes and ladders really soon. And so his feeling was that maybe what happened was that too many minnow players were whining who didn't really know what they were talking about. And so Yaba Matt says we get tons of complaints and feedback that we don't act on if we don't feel it's in the best interest of the game. In this case, as we noted at the start of the post, we had initially wanted alpha and beta cards to be able to combine in a way that made sense. So this is following our initial plan. And then he basically asks Crypt Keeper, who I did ask Crypt Keeper if I could share his thoughts today, and he's fine with that. But he just said, how does this screw anyone over? And Crypt was basically saying, well, I kind of had a plan on how I was developing the game and moving forward, and he was just concerned that people who didn't like their position in relation to alphas and betas that they're holding are simply calling for a fundamental reset as a holder of the cards rather than letting the market sort them out. I'm not concerned about the intention as much. It's just my opinion. And so I don't know. I think it's a good argument that everybody kind of has a point to put in, and I actually like the debate, and I like that people are speaking up when they have complaints. I think that's important. It's a very open discussion, and then as Agrod said, he's taking input from the Mavs and the littles. Like, it's not just, we got to please all of the heavy hitters. He wants everybody happy. So, but you know what? I think Baffy, your input is good too. So if you ever have input, just go ahead and you can send it forward to C-Love. I think sometimes takes it, but Aggro, you can DM him, and they do take these things into consideration, especially from someone who's played. I think we're going to move on to the next subject, which is, if I can get over to it,
Can I just take a minute because it's 2:30, so I have to really go to sleep.
Okay,
It has been a pleasure to be here.
So I think what we should do, if it's okay, Bafi, because we have so much more we want to get through in the show. So if you have more feedback for Agrode, I think go ahead and send it to him in a DM, if that's okay. I don't know what you think will try, but
I just want to say hello to everyone because I'm going to sleep. So.
Oh, good night, Bafi. Thanks so much.
Of course.
Thank
you so much for coming on the show.
Yeah,
your input has been awesome, and actually we really like the criticism too, because it's super important for making quality games. So keep it up. We actually really want to hear. So if you ever have any ideas, send them my way or send them to Agrode, and because we need really constructive criticism, especially from legendary players as yourself, and we're super honored to have you on today. We hope you have a really awesome, wonderful sleep tonight, and we hope to see you next week, and let us know how your battles go.
So is this a weekly appointment at this time? Because it's always at this time, or it will be...
Yes, it's always at this time.
Yeah, unfortunately, it's a little bit late for you Europeaners.
I can't sleep basically due to time zone.
On Wednesday nights, you have to kind of stay up a little late, and maybe in the future we can change the hours. But we really appreciate your coming here today and making such a huge sacrifice, and we'll make sure you get a booster pack too for showing up for the first time.
Thank you very much.
Nice meeting you, Bafi. Have a pleasant evening.
Thank you. So thank you to all the ones that I already knew, and it was nice to meet you, the new ones too. And so if everyone want to give me a hand reaching the top spot of the leaderboard, I think that 007 got my back. But so it's been a pleasure, and have a nice talk.
Good night, Bafi. Sparksy. Did you guys see what Sparksy did?
Oh, that's so funny. Oh my gosh. Hey, so before we transition to the next thing, which I know we're already a little bit over time, but you guys know us. We like to go a little bit late.
Actually, we're not over time because our show is segmented for an hour and a half, so we're doing great.
Oh, perfect. Okay, awesome. So before we switch, since we've been talking about alpha packs, I thought I guess I could go grab the link in just a second and drop it, but just mention that as part of the Steem onboarding Fundition campaign, we are actually giving away 100 alpha booster packs. And so I just did a post on it right before the show started, just talking about that. But basically it'll be, there's a lot of different tiers of different rewards, like Steam Fest tickets and all sorts of different things. But one of the rewards is we are doing a raffle for 100 alpha booster packs. And so
you need to
obviously
make
the
sure,
varying levels,
you need to say who you are, because I think they might think me and you, but you're talking about
this is Course Gate.
Yeah, but you're talking about your onboarding, right?
Yeah. So for the Steem onboarding project, which a Nomad Soul and I are founders of, which I'll drop the link in just a moment to our Fundition campaign. But yeah, one of the things that we are giving away as part of raising funds for the project is 100 alpha booster packs. So I thought that some of you guys might be interested in hearing that.
She thought that some of you might be interested in. Like all of you. So do you have a post for that you can drop so everybody can go find out more about how they can win 100 booster packs? There it is.
Yes. Oh wait, Bafi got it for me. Thank you so much.
Yeah. So thanks,
like
Babs.
I said, there's other things in the Fundition, but that's just one of the things we're giving away. So anyway,
that is so awesome.
And
look at Shirley Temple's even excited, and she's not even around to be here. Her spirit is haunting you. She's so cute. Look at that face.
So I have to tell you, it was so funny. So when a Nomad Soul and I were chatting about what we wanted to offer people, in the rewards tier for the different Fundition levels, I was like, well, what do Steemians really want? And I'm like, Steemians really want alpha booster packs. So he bought a bunch, and so I had to convince him to part with 100.
Wow. Yeah, that was smart. I think that's a pretty general rule. Oh,
Oh, who do we have?
Saya Krishna Papa. Saya
oh my gosh, that's cool, guy. Is your baby's awake?
Oh.
I almost don't want to mute him because I love the babies. I'm like, oh,
The baby monsters.
baby monsters. I'll go ahead and mute him.
Oh my gosh. So one more thing I just wanted to quick mention before we move on as well, since we have Pensive in the crowd, is they just announced this. But for those of you who don't know, Pensive runs a charity here on Steam called $1 a Day, which is really cool. They help to support a lot of different causes on the Steam blockchain.
I think he's combining efforts with Carrie Allen to do that one. Am I wrong? I feel like it's a combined effort.
Basically, it totally is, and they just announced it right before the show, so I'll go find a link and drop it. But now you'll be able to support $1 a day with not just like Steam or SBD, but with Monster cards as well. And they've been working with Carrie Allen. So let me go grab that post. But just especially since Pensive is here, I wanted to mention that's a really cool thing. And kind of on that same line of thought, I don't know. So I did an interview with Yabba Matt last week, and one of the things he talked about was how people will be able to use Steam Monsters to help raise money for charities. And so literally we already have an example of that coming around, which is really cool.
I just think it's unbelievable. I mean, whoever would have thought that a Selenius guy could feed a hungry baby, or I mean, I'm just sort of taking a stretch there, but that's essentially what this is coming to. It's amazing. And by the way, Pensive is one of those guys that's always thinking about the community. You should go check out his account because he actually has a post that he does every week where he lays out every single show on the Steam blockchain imaginable and where you can find them, the links available, the times, what the show is about, who's hosting it. So I try to upvote him with my good solid 3 cents every week, but but yeah, go ahead. I kind of cut you off, so you can go ahead.
No, that's good. That's all I had to say. I just wanted to mention that because I think it's really cool. And one of the things that, actually, Baffy, you just made a comment saying the community is amazing here. And I couldn't agree more. And I think that it's such a generous community to start. And so then to have a way to channel some of that to help, like you said, like your Selenius guy maybe can help feed a baby is like pretty incredible.
And I just kind of have to add a little bit of Little Scribe to this Gospel of Little Scribe. So one of the reasons that I love working with 07 and Coruscate and so many of you is that there is kind of a higher level of humanity here. Not just with the game, but the type of people that are attracted to it. Yeah, it's fun. I mean, yeah, and you can earn maybe some money, but it's just, for me, this show is sort of a magnet for greatness. And the reason that I love Coruscate and 7 so much is because they're two of the most generous people I have ever met. I mean, and these guys are always thinking about how they can help and what they can do for people. I mean, I wish we could do more. And as we grow, we'll be able to. But Pensive, you're more than welcome to let us know what you're up to any old time. But yeah, I kind of feel like when we're one, we can get stuff done. But as a group, it just kind of like raises things to a higher awareness and makes things a lot more possible for a lot more people. And if Monsters is one vehicle to do that, but my personal goals as an individual have less to do with Monsters and more to do with just having a really rich life. A rich as in like it's abundant and it's fun and I'm around people who I want to be around. And so just keep that in mind when you come to this show. Those are actually our higher goals. Is we just really want to make a great space for people to thrive. And I don't know, whatever you need here, hopefully we can offer at least a little bit of that.
I'm gonna bounce because I've got to go I've been on night shift at the moment, so I've sort of been up about 20 hours. But I'm gonna have a nap. And Matt, I'll see you at the meetup at 6 p.m., mate, and we'll catch up then and have a beer or a coffee, depending on how I'm feeling.
Oh,
Thanks
nighty
everyone
nights.
for coming to the show today. I'm gonna bounce. The ladies will finish everything off. But I'll be back next week, and like normally, I normally hang around for a couple of hours after. But just with the scenario with today, with the meetup as well, I at least have to get some sleep before going to work tonight. So,
Yeah,
okay.
good chat, man. Get plenty of sleep, and we'll see you in a couple of hours.
All right, man.
Nighty night, 7.
All right.
Man, you're like a machine. You're like, oh, I've been working and I've got a meetup to go to and I got a show to run with Steam Monster
I
Show.
know.
And you're just like, boom, boom, boom.
I never sleep. Contest Kings for life. All right, I'm out. Bye.
See you later.
Bye.
So did we have any more to add, or should I jump to the contest?
So the only thing I'm going to add, and then we totally need to jump to the contest. I know we're getting a little bit closer on time, and so the contest is a good thing to talk about. But so just really quick to wrap up with Pensif and the $1 a day charity. So he's actually, if you look at the post, he's looking for I forget what he called, like maybe a Steam Monsters manager or like consultant. Oh, a Monsters manager. So just to kind of help sort through the world of monsters. So since we have such an amazing group of very talented monsters here, I just wanted to mention that. So if anyone's interested in helping Pensive out, check out the post.
Yeah, I know that there are some of you really great at infographics, hint, hint. Maybe there'll be an opportunity there, or some of you are really great at just promoting and managing details. Some of you are really great at spreadsheets. So, but you know what? All of us have our hands full, so no pressure, no guilt. But just if any of you are available and want to help out, just drop him a little hello and say what you can help him do. And yeah, we've had a good turnout today's session, and you're one of them. You made the numbers grow like 3 sizes today, kind of like the Grinch's heart. How it grew 3 sizes.
Way to bring it full circle to Christmas.
Okay, so let's head over to the topic of the monster contest. First of all, I need to totes apologize because it is fully 12 days old and I was going to reward on payout. so we're like 5.
I saw that. I was like, ah.
I don't know what happened. Like, somebody give me a pinch and wake me up. But it's okay because today is a great day to talk about it. So here's the link.
Actually, Little Scribe, if you want to feel better about yourself, I just realized that I ran a contest on my page that closed on Saturday, and I haven't announced a winner.
I've totally done that before. In fact, I think like 6 months ago, I ran a contest on my Little Scribe page, and to this day, I don't think I ever paid it out, and I don't remember which one it is.
That's so funny.
I feel bad,
Seven's not here anymore. He's like taking you off the contest.
I was just gonna say, like, no whitelist for Little Scribe. But anyway, you guys, okay, so we had such an amazing response to this one. It was basically, we wanted your input on the show, and we're gonna give 2 booster packs to whoever wins the input contest. But we're basically, I gave a list of things that you could pick from. It wasn't limited to that. Just give you some ideas of things that you want to see more of, or just ideas to get you thinking. Things like, would you like to see more monster art and music? Would you like to hear more fan fiction, more news flashes, more battle strategies, that kind of thing? So Coruscate and I read all of the answers, and we both kind of noticed different things, which is funny. But what I noticed was that there was a huge request for more battle strategy, which I had not realized that we weren't doing a ton of. So I want to try and do a little more of that, and maybe we can get some Mavs to come on and talk about like how they get to the top, how they get to the leaderboard, even if they don't have a ton of cards or a huge XP. So that was going to be something we could do. And another thing that I noticed was that this was a huge surprise to me, but everyone seemed to like the free booster packs. That was the weirdest thing.
Shocker.
But actually, another one that was really kind of nice to see was almost everybody mentioned how the community and just being together in the same room and talking about the same stuff was kind of invigorating and warming. And it was just kind of nice to see that everyone felt the same way that we did, which is that it is a community. We're sort of a monster fam. So that was kind of neat. Corskate, what did you notice?
Yeah, I have to say that all of the comments on community and engagement during the posts were my favorite, just because, like, for me, that's like such a huge part of why I enjoy doing this show. Like, obviously, it's so cool to have like Seven and Matt Clark and like sometimes Jarvie and C-Love and like all these different people that chime in and give advice. But like for me, it's just, this is such a fun group to hang out with. And so to know that you guys feel the same and it's not just one-sided was really nice.
Because for me, I was like, do other people love this as much as I do? Or is it just me?
Yeah, no, for sure. And then one of the other things that I noticed that I would totally feel that way too if I was like coming to the show as a guest is that a lot of people said like, hey, I like that I don't necessarily always have to read up and keep up on everything that's new, everything that's happening in the monster world. Like, you guys do that research for us and you present us with some of the most important stuff. And then you have people on, like Agrod was here today. Yabba P. Matt was here last week. We always have Seven and we have some Mavericks and different people on that can speak to that. And so it kind of helps to clear up some of those things or maybe give some other opinions on changes and things. And so it's almost like we're making it easy for them. Like, come to the show for an hour and a half. You can get totally caught up on like all things monster and you don't have to really spend a lot of time analyzing everything. So a lot of people said that, which I thought was pretty cool.
Yeah, because, some people prefer to take in their information auditorily, or auditorily. Like some people don't want to read. Some people just want to watch a video, or maybe they want to just listen, or maybe they want to talk. And so it's kind of just another way of getting the information that you need. And we really do deliberately try to find the things that are the most relevant that week. Because essentially, I do it, Coruscate and I do it like this. Like, when I was a kid, my mom took me shopping for a birthday present for a friend. It was like 5th grade. And I'm like, I don't know what to get her. I don't know what she likes. And then my mom said, well, what do you like? And she said, if you don't know what she likes, pick something that you think you would like to get for your birthday. So that's how we shape the show is, well, what would we want to talk about? What would we want to hear? What would we find interesting? What would we learn from this? And so we hope that you get out of it what we do, but we also understand that our interests and levels of intelligence might be different than yours. And so we do really appreciate your input. And I'm going to read one of my favorites, which was actually from Sparksy. And he says, the main thing I like is that you guys are clearly having a metric, not just a metric ton, but a metric shit ton of fun. Well, because this is a family show, so I had to whisper it. Metric shit ton of fun while you do the show. It comes across so naturally, which makes the interacting with your Discord audience that much more relaxed, creating a genuine engagement. And the show clashes with work for me, so I can't always come on, or he has to put his headphones on and he can't interact. So he's listening to us talk about him right now and he can't do anything about it. That one I thought was kind of fun. And then I think Coruscate, you had a one that you liked.
Yeah, let me go grab it. I really liked Triskel's comment too, so let me go find that real quick.
And then we had, while she's doing that, I'll read another couple of them. And then some people just listed out, which made it really easy as well. Just kind of boom, bang, boom. So we could see, like Zeshan said, I like to see this. Battles and strategies, involvement with the community, general community feeling, learning things about the game, how it works, booster pack giveaways, and in that order. So that was kind of cute. I like that. Who else did we have that I liked? Oh, Enjar.
So
Injar's
ahead.
number one thing was monster kisses.
Perfect. Glad you're enjoying those. Not sure. I was like, do people want monster kisses or not? I'm not sure. But
You know what?
I
don't care if people want monster kisses. I'm giving monster kisses. Take them or leave them, guys. That's like my kids. I'm like, I don't care if you want a hug from me. Mom's giving you a hug, and I'm gonna give you a kiss, and it has lipstick on it. So there.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, but okay, go ahead.
Okay, so I've got Triskel's comment here, and I think his like opening line just was so sweet. He's like, seriously, I love it all. Your show is definitely the highlight of my week. And I was like, what? Oh my gosh. So that was just like all the feels right there.
Do you think he's trying to just get brownie points so he wins a booster pack? Or do you think he really means it?
I think that's valid because obviously I'm a sucker for it. I was like,
I'm a total sucker for that.
So you guys know the way to our hearts now. For all future contests, just tell us how much you love the Steem Monster Show.
You win. Oh, you win. Upvote. Be like, Steem Monster Show is the most amazing part of my life. Oh, they get a booster pack.
Exactly. But yeah, I think what else I really loved about your comment, Triskel, was just that you were like, hey, I really love hearing from Jarvie in the perspective of peak monsters. By the way, have you thought about bringing these people on the show? You know, and I love that we get Yabapima and Aggroed sometimes. And like, you gave some really like specific, like, hey, here's these different pockets of monsterness that's happening on the Steem blockchain. And I love that you tap into these ones, and how about you tap into these? So I thought it was just a really helpful comment in general.
That was, and actually, I don't know who Holger80 is. Apparently, he's the Steem Monsters PieBot creator. I don't even know what PieBot is, so maybe we should have him come on. And Harpagon, the creator of SM Market Token, alternate monster market. What? Why do I not know about this? So see, this was actually really informative for me. Yeah, that was good. You guys did good. You guys done us proud. Thanks for your input. So do we have a winner, Coruscate? Do you want to pick a winner? A winner, chicken dinner?
So we both kind of picked our favorite comments, and one of the ones that was definitely a crossover for both of us was Sparksy. So I feel like it's Sparksy.
Oh, Sparksy wins. You know what? Actually, it was between Triskel and Sparksy, although there were so many great ones, but BTW Sparksy was our first online monster shop order. So
we weren't even ready for it. We're like, oh crap, how do we do the payment and like everything? But we love you, Sparksy. Thank you for ordering something.
Did we process his order yet?
I think we're still setting up payment.
Okay, we're gonna process that.
Sorry, Sparksy.
Actually, I'm gonna go pull what he ordered because it's so cute. He actually made me. He requested a custom order. So let me go grab that.
Oh yeah, it was so cute. You should definitely find a picture of it if you have it. And by the way, Sparksy, I know that we're sending you the booster packs for winning the contest, but I'm personally also going to send you one to say sorry that we weren't totally ready for your order yet, and that you've had to wait longer than we normally would like. So yeah, I'll personally send you a booster pack to say thanks for your patience too.
So we've got a booster to Triskel, booster to Baffy, booster to Carrie Allen, Amos 811, Ocelot, and Sparksy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think 6 was all we had today. And then whoever of you guys wanted to get I think 7 said he's out of the chromatic dragon cards, but make sure you go check your address that you wrote it down correctly. And then so I'm gonna hunt for that t-shirt, and then we're gonna try and listen to The Legend of Shinlo as a closing little bit. And then I think we'll call it a day. But I can't remember the name of our website. What is it? SteemMonsterShop.com. There we go.
Something like that. So, Crystal asked if we do plus size clothes. I believe that is an option.
We
with
do.
Our site, right?
Yeah, it goes up to I think 2XL, and some things are up to 3XL. So like we go kind of largish, and so if you have like a loved one that would like an extra big tee, or even I think the swimsuits get big too. So yeah, you guys can order for pretty much any size, although some things might take a little longer in shipping. But yeah, I think they most things do. Okay, here's the shirt that where did it go? Oh, here it is. Okay. Okay, this is for Sparksy. Don't mess with Rexy. It's for his 3-year-old little girl. Aww.
So cute. It's like one of my favorite designs of like all of them. I think little baby Rexy is so cute.
I know. Okay, so wish me luck because I'm going to try and play the Legend of Shinlo as our little parting piece.
So while you're getting that up, Sparksy said that you're going to share a photo of her modeling it when it arrives. Oh my gosh. Okay. So I was going to say, if any of you guys, like, I know that we're still kind of getting the shop up and going, and we're adding more inventory and we are going to be getting crypto pay options on there as well for those who want to do that.
We're hopefully going to. That's up to me.
Yeah, we are.
Because I have to figure it out.
We're working on it. It should be an option.
Yeah, we think so.
But for anyone who does order stuff, if you guys ever feel like doing like a fun unboxing, like little post when you get it, like that would be super fun. And like, we'd love to stop by and like give you some love on that post if you do that too.
Yeah, do an unboxing if you get a thing, and then we'll re-steam it, yo. And we will also upvote you for a solid 3 cents, which is mega. And
totes.
Okay. You guys, thanks so much for coming today. This was an absolute blast. We love you all. Monster kisses galore. And let's see if this Legend of Shinlo actually works. And you know what? I just realized it's not going to work for my Discord people, but it will go on to the actual stream. So if you want to hear it, maybe you're just going to have to click on it and listen. I'm so sorry. Because I didn't reroute the speakers to my Discord. So that's my bad. But I'm going to play it anyway. Here we go. Boom.
Nothing's coming out. Yeah, we can't hear anything, ladies, but thanks for your time tonight.
Sorry, guys.
Thanks you too, Ramos.
Yeah, it's not going through Discord. I'll figure that out next week.
All right. Good night, everyone. Have a great rest of your week. Can't wait to see you guys next week.
Thank you. Look forward to being here.
Yeah, thanks everyone. That was a great show.
Bye, Jessica.